Hi on TV, welcome to my crib. Oh yeah. Hey Vogue, it's Lucy and welcome to my apartment. Okay. Hi YouTube, happy Vlogmas day 1 and welcome to my apartment tour. So we've officially been in the apartment for 2 weeks and it's already feeling a little bit like a home, so I wanted to start Vlogmas by doing a little apartment tour for you. Now, things to know about this apartment. First of all, we found it on Le Bon Coin, which I find so funny because I've only ever went for agencies and it was the best decision we've ever done to not go via an agency. We got super lucky. Our landlords are so cool, they're so fun. And you can tell they actually care about the stuff that they're putting into the apartment, which is a big deal for us because the last apartment and every other apartment we've had just feels like IKEA at home. And so when it came to what we were looking for in an apartment, we were just looking for an apartment because you cannot be picky when it comes to France and the current housing market. My only request was that it had the stone wall, which we have over here. So let's get started on the apartment tour. As you saw, you come in for a lovely red door, which I think is so cute, but I think our landlords are actually going to paint it black. So I'll have to fight them over that because I think the red is just giving France. It's so cute. And then how cute, you have a little space to put up your jackets. And we have a welcome sign from our friend from Turkey to keep in the good spirits and get rid of the bad spirits. And I feel like that's such a nice keepsake to just have and a reminder when you come in that it's only good vibes here. When you come in, we have the living room, obviously. This apartment is 43 square meters, which is fine. It's all we need, to be honest. When we first saw the apartment, it was empty. There was nothing in it at all. So we really put a lot of faith into the landlords that they weren't gonna freak us out with some ugly designs, but they put it off. And for the first time ever, we have a cozy couch. And that makes me so happy because I've never been able to use a living room in an apartment. I've always been in my bed the full day. And so I'm really excited that I actually have a couch I can sit on and not have back pain. So that's fun. And if we move over here, we have lovely artwork. Emilo's gran is an amazing watercolor painter, and for us moving in, she made a little Venice painting because Emilo's family's from Venice, so super cute. And I feel like I'm getting into apartment art nowadays. I never thought I would. I've never been able to decorate an apartment before, so I'm really excited to hopefully have more watercolor paintings from her. And of course, we're in France, so we have to show off some wine. One was a gift, and it's a 3-liter bottle, which I don't know when I'm ever going to have the occasion to open a 3-liter bottle of wine. And the other is a special one from a chateau in the countryside that we visited recently and I loved. Over here we have some quirky black velour curtains that just arrived yesterday. I don't know how to feel about these, to be honest with you, but one thing's for sure is that they black out the apartment so you cannot see light, which is good when you need to sleep. Down here we have 2 very cool tables with, again, more of Emilo's Gran's artwork because I just love her artwork so much. And when we were waiting for the apartment, we basically had the confirmation 3 weeks before we got to move in. So for 3 weeks I was on apartment decoration search and we went to a small town in the middle of France called Saint-Cercle-le-Bourpy. I made a vlog about it, you can check it out. And I wanted a memento from it, and I also just wanted to start collecting weird things for the apartment because I don't know, I'm not the kind of person that wants a very clean, simple apartment. I want it to be a bit weird and I want people to look at it and I'm like, why did you choose that? So we went for a bell. It says here, forget about the Wi-Fi, we have family for that. And that's exactly the kind of atmosphere I want in my apartment. We have this old chimney that clearly is not chimneying anymore, which is sad because it does get a little cold in here and I'm too stingy to put on the radiator. But I love it anyway. And one of my favorite things in the whole apartment is something that we brought. It's this speaker, which is just the best speaker ever. Emilio was telling me that before we moved in he wanted to have one last crazy purchase. My first reaction was, please do not buy an expensive speaker, that is so unnecessary. But we had a party for a weekend with friends and that thing was the star of the show. You can do karaoke on it. You can connect it to the TV and have good sound. You can just play jazz music whilst you're cooking. What a purchase and what a good one. So if you're ever looking for a speaker, check out those guys. It's like a Danish company. Not sponsored, but I just gave them a sponsored segment for the sake of it. Another addition yesterday, which is what I'm the most excited about, is a TV, because I've never had a TV in an apartment. Because why would a landlord waste money on a TV for their tenants? Our landlords did. And it's massive. Again, like, I've been so used to watching movies on my laptop, which is fine, but to actually be able to sit on a couch and watch a movie just makes me so happy, and I'm so grateful again for our landlords. You're probably thinking, like, how would you watch TV when it's against the wall? Well, you see, furniture moves, and so in the evening we just pull it over and watch it, and then when we're not using it to make the apartment a bit more spacious, we just push it back. So I actually helped to set up the table. I did a terrible job of helping, but I put in a couple screws. I'm feeling really good about myself for that. Okay, next up we're moving on to the kitchen. I don't think I mentioned this before, but everything you see in the apartment, I think, other than like the couch, the TV and our bed, is going to be different soon because they're renovating the full thing. But I wanted to make an apartment tour with the before, and then I'll make one again when they've changed everything. So everything you see probably isn't going to be like this in a few months, which is exciting. It feels like a second Christmas to me to get a second apartment in the one place. We have a cool table, which again, every other apartment we've had has been a wobbly, like, IKEA desk for one person with 2 plastic chairs, and so to actually have a wooden table feels very nice. I'm moving on to more artwork. This was another gift from our friend. It's from our website called Wall of Art. I'm pretty sure I'll try and like link it down below. I love the artists on there. They always make the weirdest art. Like, who wants to look at a painting of eggs on a blue table? Me. And so the only thing about them is that they have a limited amount of copies, and so every piece that you probably want is already sold out by the time that you've got to the website. But keep out for them because I love the artists on there. And we have 4 chairs for when we want to have guests over. If the 5th person comes, they have to sit on the floor, and that's just how it is. Okay, let's move on to the kitchen. I got this from not even in France, I got it in the UK. So we have a little fromagerie kitchen towel, which I just love. Well, honestly, there's just not much to say about the kitchen except the fact that we actually furnished the kitchen, which I'm so happy about. We got a lot of gifts from friends and family, and so it's so special to have items that that remind you of friends. For example, these salt and pepper shakers, which I'm obsessed with, and I've wanted to have my own salt and pepper shaker for so long from my amigos' parents. And this kettle is from our friends in Bordeaux, and so every time I make a cup of tea, I'm like grateful for them and I'm thinking about them. My other favorite thing actually in the apartment is this cup. There's a restaurant, it's like a Swedish cafe in Bordeaux, that I saw these mugs and I just really wanted, and we found the boutique that does them in Paris, and we got it as a gift. So now every time I'm hugging my mug, I'm thinking about the people that gifted it. So super cool. Now we're moving on to the corridor. I think they're going to be adding furniture here because it does feel a little bit empty. It's like a wide corridor, but I love that they have shelves because, again, I can fill it with my own stuff for once, and I don't feel like I'm just living in an Airbnb. It actually feels like my place. So we have, again, more wine, just as a reminder we're in France. This is probably one of the most special things that I own because I got it in 2005 from my primary school best friend. She went to Cuba, she came back and got me a monkey, and I haven't seen this girl in years, but I keep the monkey, and the monkey is coming everywhere. From every apartment that monkey has been around. I don't know why he's so special. He's literally lost a leg. He doesn't stand up right, but we love him anyway. We have some cool books. We have my brother's dog. I just had to frame him because I love him so much. And just some random collective pieces, like who put a cow on the bookshelves? Me and Emilio, apparently. You can have a peek at my books if you want. These aren't even, I'm actually not someone that keeps books. I always like to give them away to friends or, to a bookshop or something. So I never keep my books, but I think now that we have shelves, I'm gonna start keeping my books. It's a toilet. You don't want to see it in here. It's just the toilet. There's nothing special about it. It works, which is good. The bathroom, which I love, again, is going to change. Now, a couple of vlogs ago, I mentioned that the washing machine was just like in the middle of the room. We managed to fit it in. I love the shower. We call these like Italian showers, waterfall showers. It's great, and I think they're gonna put the tiling all the way up. And again, we have a reminder that we're in France with the stone wall. And another purchase that I'm super proud of are these Almy towels. It feels so bougie. I've always had IKEA towels that I would buy the cheapest one. I wouldn't even buy a full-size towel. I'd buy like a small towel, so to actually have a normal human-sized towel makes me very happy. I'm moving on to the final room, our bedroom, which I feel like is lacking love right now. The thing is, the apartment has such high ceilings, so much wall. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because the ceilings are so high, there's so much wall space that is empty, and so we need to revisit that. Luckily, again, our landlords are awesome and they told us that we can paint things up because they're gonna redo the wall anyway, so that's fun. And my last piece of art, which was another gift, I think it's called like Copenhagen Sunset. Again, it's from Wall of Art. I just love the colors, and we didn't know what the apartment was gonna look like when we came in, and so I was buying stuff with a blind eye at the end of the day, and somehow the colors work here. Again, it's a very abstract vibe, but I love it. I had a mini argument with Emilio because he told me that, you know, when I'm speaking to the landlords, I'm speaking to them in French, and so sometimes I miss things, and he told me that they said they're getting a blue bed, and I freaked out because we just bought these color sheets, and I was like, what do you mean a blue bed? And I'm thinking like sky color blue, and I'm like, what landlord would buy a blue bed? And then eventually he, you know, his family and we convinced ourselves that no, there's no way they bought a blue bed. We must have heard it wrong. There is actually a blue bed. I don't know if you can see, but it's a way better shade of blue than what I was expecting, so I'm so happy that they have a blue bed that is not sky blue. Again, these sheets are also from Almy. Now, I know in the bedroom they're gonna get rid of the curtains because it feels a bit studenty, and I'm not a student anymore. I think they're gonna add sliding doors, which just adds a bit more luxuriousness to the apartment. And I love these yellow curtains because my first ever apartment when I was 18, I had like pretty much the exact same ones, and so it just feels reminiscent of my first apartment and how far we've all come. Well, I guess I should show you out. Thanks for coming to my apartment tour, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Time to go. Bye guys, see you tomorrow.